Hi, my name is Brittany Lindstrom, and this is my WebQuest that I created. It's called Mission School of Space. And in this WebQuest, I create a scenario where my students believe that the Earth is going to be destroyed by a giant meteor, and it is their duty to create a project that is an English school. And if they create an amazing project and present it to a committee, then they have the opportunity to be chosen to go to the new planet, Planet X, where the Earth inhabitants where a select few of Earth inhabitants will be welcomed after the Earth destruction. So here on the introduction page, I introduce the mission briefly, and then if we go on to the tasks page, here I have a bigger explanation of the mission, and here's kind of where I set the tone of exactly what's happening. The Earth is going to be destroyed, and show the students that it is their duty to take the English language into history, to take it to the new planet, to teach the new inhabitants there, and to be the crusaders of the language so that it doesn't perish with the Earth. As we go down, I have the explanations for the team. So I gave each team member a specific role to fulfill. Here we have the project captain, headmaster of English, chief of marketing and sales, school designer, and the social guru. So on this page, I just give a quick blurb about all of the different roles. And if we go on to the next page of process, I explain in more detail what their exact duties they need to do to fulfill the mission. So here at the top, I put the duties of the entire group. So here I kind of explain that the situation, theirs will be destroyed, and their only way to survive is really to win over the committee and have their project be chosen to create this English school on the new planet. They have to choose a name for the planet and a name for the school, and they have to create a motto and a logo for their school, and then basically each role needs to create a presentation with all of the information that they've collected and their ideas and pictures, and present it in whatever way they chose, PowerPoint or picture presentation, and put it all together as a group to make about 15 to 20 minute presentation in front of the committee, where they will be evaluated and scored, and the team with the highest score will be the one chosen to go to the new planet. So down here I put some helpful tools. I have a PowerPoint presentation video. I have also a tutorial on how to create a presentation with pictures. And down here I posted a tutorial on how to give a persuasive speech. So since the team has to present their project in front of the committee and persuade the investors in the committee to choose their project as the best one, I thought it would be very useful to have some tips here on how to create a persuasive speech. I left this part pretty open to allow the students to decide how they want to present their information themselves. It can really be any kind of method. I just threw some ideas in here to help get the ball rolling. So down here I have the explanation for the team. I have all the duties that need to be fulfilled by each role. Here we have all the duties of the project captain. And then down here at the bottom, I put some useful links to help motivate or spark ideas. Some of them are more technical links with specific ways on how to organize their project. Here we have the duties of the headmaster of English. And then down here, I put some links, some EESL specific links on teaching with handouts and worksheets and things to give them ideas on how to plan kind of the curriculum and lessons for their new school. Down here I have the duties of chief of marketing and all of the different duties that they need to fulfill, as well as some useful links. Duties of school designer is here. And down here I put some futuristic design links, some architectural stuff to help get the creative juices flowing. And down here I have the duties of the social guru, who is more or less the social chair of the the project to the person who kind of adds the fun to the school. And down here for the social guru, I just put a tutorial on how to create an Excel calendar so that they can create the events for the school. If we scroll on further, I have the presentation to the committee, and here it just kind of prepares little motivational preparation for the students to get ready to prepare their presentation to the committee. And then down here I have the committee score sheet, which each of the committee will basically be made up of other students in the class, the other groups, maybe teachers or parents or anybody really who you can get as an audience. And each person in the audience will have one of these sheets to grade each individual in the group as well as the overall critique of the group. And it goes poor, average, excellent, and then they're awarded points, 1 to 6 points. And then the team at the end with the most points wins, and they're the team that gets to be chosen to go to the new planet to save the English language. I chose to do a score sheet like this in a committee because I thought it would be a great way to get the other students in the class who are not presenting to pay attention and to really critically watch and evaluate the other groups. And I thought it would also be a good way to put pressure on the groups presenting to make it a more real life situation where they worked really hard to do this presentation. It's a competitive setting, and now they need to convince these people, and they're actually being graded on it, not only by the teacher but by the people they're presenting to. So I think it added definitely a real life element to my project. If we go on to the 4th page, this is the teacher evaluation, just a rubric that I threw together to grade all the different aspects of the project. And down here, it's available to download for any teachers if they would like to print it out. If we go on to the conclusion, this is the page where I show the students the results from their project and kind of continue with the role play that the committee has come to the decision. They have to scroll down for the results, and voila, there they are. And if we go to the last page, the credits page, this just says the prospective audience I think would be suitable for high, intermediate, and high level B1 to B2 English speakers, 16 years or older. I think this is a great project for more advanced English speakers and definitely from teenagers to any age. I think it's a bit too advanced maybe for younger learners, but of course depending on their level of English, it could definitely be used or definitely tweaked a bit for younger learners. And then here I have all the resources which I've used on my site. So basically I created this WebQuest with the thought that I wanted my English students to be able to reverse their roles for a moment and go from being English students to being English teachers. So this project would force them all to change their perspectives, and in my classroom, I'm the expert, I'm the one who knows more than them, and in this project, they're the ones that are going to a new planet. They're the ones that are going to have to teach an entire planet the English language. They're going to be the experts, and they need to create the school, and they need to create the curriculum. So I thought it would be a really cool role reversal for them, and I think that the best way to learn something is by teaching it. So this could help them learn English language speaking skills and grammar and lots of different things by putting themselves in the position that they would have to understand it better to be able to teach it in their future school. I hope that the final projects will be extremely creative. I left it very open. I made it kind of like a fantasy project, that way that there were no limitations on the type of school or the type of curriculum or resources that they could have. I mean, the school could be any kind of futuristic, like suspended, gravity-free, anything kind of school. It could be taught by robots. I mean, I left it really open so that they could just kind of go wild with their imaginations. And even with the presentations, I left it very open. They can present it in any way possible as long as it's detailed, persuasive, and has graphics included in it. And I hope that each project would be very different and very creative, and I also made it in mind thinking that each project would give me insight as well as a teacher as to what my students would think the ideal learning situation would be, what the perfect English school would be like and what they would like their classes to be like. And I'm hoping that future projects would give me ideas as well on how to make my lessons better and kind of create a better, more ideal learning environment for my students. So that's my WebQuest. I hope that I can use it in the future with my students, and I hope other teachers can use it as well. And thank you very much.